What's going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at y'all with another word of encouragement for today. I hope y'all doing well. As you can see, I'm in my civies today, still over in that Purple Resolve course, and learning a lot about good techniques of taking care of yourself. Like you can't help other people unless you help yourself first, and you know. How the body functions between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic systems, and all that has to do with like your fight, flight, or freeze responses, and how if you operate in those kind of systems for too long, how it diminishes your lifespan. So it's all kind of good stuff, man. There's a lot of good stuff happening. But one of the things that was said today that I wanted to bring to y'all was this idea of loving the people you are leading. And one of the quotes that was in the course was, "You can't lead people unless you love them." Matter of fact, somebody read a quote from, what's his name? Sun Tzu or something like that. I forget the guy's name. Anyway, he was saying that to be an effective leader, you should treat the people you lead as if they're your children, not treating them like children. I don't think that's what he was saying, but I think he was talking about this idea of love. Like if you treat them as if they're your own family, you're not so quick to just send them into danger or to just talk to them in any old kind of way. You actually put care and concern behind your words. Your decision making has their best intention in mind. And so it was pretty good there, right? And this concept of love, I got to thinking about that. And of course, y'all know, I'm sitting there jotting down notes, and I'm filtering it through a biblical lens and all this other kind of stuff. And so when they start talking about love, I thought back to Jesus and what Jesus had to say about love. And Jesus in John chapter 15, he says, "Greater love has no end than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends." Jesus saying that, he was obviously pointing to himself as he was headed toward the cross, and he was expressing his great love for the people that God gave him to save. And so he has the cross in his mind. He has the crucifixion. He has their redemption and restoration in mind. But on a very practical level, I think about like a mom with their kids, and how there's been moms in history that have turned over cars if their kids were in danger. I've thought about dads who have jumped in frozen rivers to jump in to save their kids. Like when you love someone, you are that much more willing to give them your life. Like there's almost nothing that you wouldn't do for them. And that's not a logical thing. That's not a thing that people think through. That's just one of those things that comes innately. Like there's something inside of us that when we really love a person, our capacity to lay down our lives to love them, it just kicks in. That's just something that happens. And I think it's in there because God wired us that way. God uses our bodies to tell the story of the redemption of Christ. And so love is the way to lead. Loving is a way that it brings with it humility. It doesn't bring with it this arrogance about it, because you love the person. You don't want to be arrogant with them. Leading with love brings with it a pause. It brings with it a pause before you answer them. It doesn't just pop off at the mouth. It's not rude or arrogant. Remember when we talked about that in 1 Corinthians? 1 Corinthians talks about that. Love brings with it, especially in a leadership capacity, it brings with it self and concern. So it's not simply what can you do for me. It's also, how are you doing? Let's talk about your sleep. Let's talk about your marriage. Let's talk about your kids. Let's talk about how we get you to your maximum potential. That's what love and leadership looks like. And Jesus knew that because he said, Uh, I come, when I come, I'm going to lay down my life for my people, and it's to their absolute benefit. Not in the short term, because I know they're going to miss me, but to have their sins washed clean, to have this eternal destination with me in heaven, for them to stand in front of the judge of the universe and have that judge say to them, your penalty has been paid. That's what Christ was thinking through as he talks about love. And we should extend that. We should extend that love to our spouses, that we're willing to lay down our lives for them. We're willing to put aside some of our hobbies, and we're willing to schedule date nights, and we're willing to turn the TV off and turn our bodies and just talk. Like we're willing to lay those things down on their behalf. We're willing to love our kids in a way that we're present there with them, that we don't deplete ourselves at work and then come home and give them our leftovers. No, we love them in a way that says, when I get home, and somebody had this quote in the course, when I get home, that's when the real work that really matters begins. And we love our kids that way. We love the people around us in a way that gives them value, and it builds them up for their benefit. This is what leading through love looks like. And that's my encouragement for you today. I pray that you would hear these words and love people as you lead them. And if you find a spot in your life where you're like, I don't know if I'm leading with love, that the Spirit of God would empower you to love them in exactly the right way that they need it. I hope that finds you well. Praying for y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. As always, please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Subscribing is big right now, man. We're trying to blow this thing up. And let your boy know. I'm going to put my email down in the description. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to cover a topic. You want to hit me up to talk about some of this stuff. You just let me know, because as y'all know, I love y'all. And until next time, grace and peace.